In the world of mixed martial arts, despite public opinion, respect and composure usually rule the atmosphere. Fighters shake hands, they show discipline, they speak about honor, but sometimes emotions take over, and when they do, chaos follows.
Number one, Jake Shields pushed him first, and Gilbert Melendez was in the middle of that too. And let me ask anybody a question. Ask 1,000 people this question. Fight breaks out next to the Diaz brothers. What do you think's going to happen? Okay? Anybody? Is that a shock to anybody? Really, a fight broke out with the Diaz brothers' friends and they got involved? That's weird. Come on, give me a fucking break.
Shut your fucking mouth. You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you'll do nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking Connor. Connor! That's a wrap. Come on. I ain't leaving.
What are you gonna do?
And if we're talking about guys like the Diaz brothers, then you expect nothing less. These are the type of men who can throw down not only inside the cage, but with random fans on the street if the moment feels right.
What happened tonight, man?
That little bitch boy came in and tried to push my boy right after he's done fighting.
You want a shot at Mayhem?
The Diaz brothers were born to create conflict and then settle it their own way. And today, we're going to talk about several of those explosive situations. For example, a story that happened more than 15 years ago. A story that caused so much noise that even today, its echoes are still being discussed.
I don't know, Miller, he just kind of appeared all of a sudden out of nowhere, you know. It's just kind of, I don't know, everybody just kind of reacted, you know. I don't know what happened.
Did you know?
I honestly don't know what happened. I don't know what, you know. People are like, oh, you did this or that. I'm like, I don't know, I didn't see it. That all happened real quick, so.
The Nashville Brawl, a true classic. At Strikeforce 17, Jake Shields was defending his belt against Dan Henderson. In his corner stood the entire scrap pack, all present. And on the undercard that night fought Jason Mayhem Miller, who had already lost to Shields, but was still begging for a rematch. Mayhem was known for getting under people's skin. He knew how to play psychological games, but this time, he picked the wrong target. Everyone could see it coming. His constant jokes, his antics, his provocations. It was a ticking time bomb. And after the fight, that bomb exploded, right there, inside the cage.
Do you have anything to say to Jason?
Jason, your ass.
What was that?
Jason's an asshole.
Miller appeared seemingly out of nowhere and decided, in his mind, to make a funny scene. He started shouting questions at the champion who had just finished defending his belt, demanding his rematch. In that very moment, all of his wishes materialized at once. He got his rematch with Shields, he got a fight with Diaz, and he got a moment with the entire team.
Where's my rematch, buddy? And then it was just a nightmare.
Oh my
and
God.
if you notice right there, I double-leg Nate. I double-leg Nate because I know when you're getting jumped, you got to get somebody on the ground so you don't get f***ed up. So you don't get stomped out.
So you double you're holding on to Nate on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm holding on to him right there. And then like we're all in a scrum right here.
Which one are you? You're on your
I
back
don't
now.
know. I'm
You're
in
playing
there
guard.
somewhere. Yeah.
Jake shoved the intrusive agitator away. Miller started pushing back at Jake's teammates, and within seconds, the entire crew was mercilessly beating him. It happened so fast that Strikeforce security reacted late. The consequences affected everyone involved. It was a huge embarrassment for the sport, so damaging that it reportedly contributed to the collapse of the organization's television deal they had worked so hard to secure. That was not just a scuffle, that was chaos in prime time.
So the funny thing is Mayhem was actually training with Dan Henderson at the time, so Henderson's whole crew was in the camp. So we thought a big old brawl was gonna break out. So we just all started swinging and Mayhem just got mopped up. Henderson's guys were just like, we ain't that close to him.
Fast forward to April 2023. A scandalous video involving Nate Diaz spreads across the internet like wildfire. In the footage, the bold son of Stockton is seen participating in a street altercation. During the chaos, he ends up seriously disciplining one of the participants. In a short clip that circulated online, a brutal moment is captured. Diaz grabs a man who looks strikingly similar to Logan Paul by the neck and ultimately puts him to sleep. The man's head hits the pavement. He drops unconscious. Nate calmly walks away, doesn't even look back.
I walked out of this bar and that whole street was fighting. I didn't even know who was fighting. I was like, oh shit. It was late, it's 2 a.m. So I started running around to the other side of the street where I saw some of my other homies over there, and I started crossing the street. I'm looking, and then fake Logan Paul runs up in my face. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, whoa, back the up. And I grabbed him by his hands. Cause he's like, whoa, whoa, like, this fool's gonna hit me. He's like, I'm about to like back up. And he pushed into me. Fuck. And when he pushed into me, I had my headlock, and then the whole street was going crazy. Like, these fools are gonna fuck me up. So I choked his ass.
Later, the alleged victim released his own statement. His name was Rodney Peterson, and he looked almost identical to Logan Paul. At the time, Nate was preparing for a boxing match against Logan's brother, Jake Paul.
So I don't know what the hell I did to Nate Diaz, but I'm telling you what, I'm gonna knock him the out when I know he's coming, okay? Like, you caught me off guard, dude. What, you think I was Logan? What the
But the story didn't end there. Rodney Peterson realized he could extract maximum attention from the situation, hype, publicity, and possibly financial gain. So he went to court. It's the 21st century. What did you expect? He also went online, telling his version of events to anyone willing to listen.
More time to get away. Maybe I can de-escalate the situation. I would have bought Nate a drink. Like, I was like, hey, dude, calm down. Like, chill. He took steps towards me, grabs both of my hands, okay? Right hand, he tosses my left hand down and he throws a hook, lands on my jaw. With his left hand, he pulls my right hand down, gets me into a guillotine, but it's not like no regular guillotine where the head's in the armpit. No, it's the upper level guillotine where the head's positioned right here in the solar plex and you got a little deeper of a bite. And then while my head's up in the solar plex, I'm like, whoa, am I getting choked? 2 of his friends blast me in my ribs, okay? Within seconds of each other. This is a very coordinated attack.
Guys, real quick. Over 90% of you are watching without subscribing. It takes 2 seconds for you. It means everything to me. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's get into it. As it turned out, Diaz was actually trying to get to chase Deore, a social media influencer and amateur boxer trying to follow in Jake Paul's footsteps, the same Chase Deore who had recently fought Andrew Tate. Deore had been extremely disrespectful toward Nate at an event, and the Stockton native wanted to make him answer for it. Peterson ended up caught in the middle. Whether intentionally or not, he tried to buy Deore time and paid the price for it. Because the case went to court, Nate eventually hired personal security.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, these guys are all trained fighters. They can all handle themselves, no problem. I'm just here to stop some idiot from running up on him and causing trouble he don't need.
Yes, Nate Diaz, with a personal bodyguard. Who would have imagined that? That's the world we live in now. And now, let's shed light on another situation. The infamous Stockton Slap. A reporter once experienced it firsthand and watched his cap fly through the air. Here's what we know.
OG with Full Send MMA, look who just pulled up on us. What's up with it? Stockton's finest, Nate Diaz, is coming to check out Sugar Sean, right?
Nah, man, I'm taking my tweets about my negative business.
Oh, I know.
This happened backstage at UFC 276. Nate encountered reporter Shawnee Mack from Full Send Reporter. A seemingly harmless question was asked, whether Diaz would be rooting for Sean O'Malley. For some reason, that triggered Nate's aggression instantly. At the time, we didn't fully understand which social media posts had irritated Diaz. That clarity only came later. But what we do remember clearly is how fast the footage spread. Every algorithm, every sports portal, every messaging app, it went everywhere.
What had happened was he had a training partner, Nick Maximov, who's like, he's got a training partner, like a homeboy who's named Nick Maximov, who now fights in the UFC. And there was a thing going on about Nate Diaz possibly fighting Khamzat Chimaev. And there was also a video that TMZ had posted, and Nate Diaz is like, they're like, yo, when are you gonna fight Khamzat? And he's like, Dad, he's like, fight my boy over here. and it just awkwardly pans the camera to Nick Maximov like he wasn't expecting it, and he's like, "Yeah, man." So I had made a meme about it, and I took the song where like the song that goes, "Oh no, oh no." So when the camera panned to Nick Maximov, I played that and I zoomed in on Nick Maximov's face. So that was the first one. And then the second one, in his last fight, he got tapped out. He got tapped out in the first round.
Who did Nate fight in his last fight?
No, it was Nick Maximov.
Oh, okay.
He got tapped out in the first round of his next fight. And naturally, OG being OG, he was a bit harsh on him. So I screenshotted a picture of Nick Maximov, obviously slept in the cage, and I put the Nate Diaz quote. I put, "Yo, Nick Maximov or Khamzat Chimaev, come fight my boy right here," as he's sitting there, slept. So you know what? Yeah, fucking right. I probably did.
Here's the clip Shawnee Mac referenced.
No, hey, Khamzat, if you in there, don't be a bitch. My boy's right here, fight him. Quit talking my name, and anybody in there.
Moments like that are part of the Diaz mythology, and the truth is, history remembers many more minor altercations involving the Diaz brothers and their team. But in this episode, we gathered the most iconic ones. Leave your opinion in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And of course, hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. See you soon.